today we'll talk about what the goddess brings to you in your life. What the dark goddess teaches her devotees. There are many forms of dark goddess. Some are more famous, such as Kali, or Demeter, or Persephone, while others are less famous and more sinister, such as Lilith or Rakshasi Lankini. But all of those female energies and entities are aspects of the goddess principles. Goddess principle. They are aspects of one and the same thing. When you are working with Lilith, you are working with the form of a goddess. You are working with the form of primordial divine feminine energy. Now, we need to understand what is the goddess. The goddess is primordial darkness, from which everything came to being. And that energy has two primary ways of affecting one's life. One way is through bringing comfort and material gain and protection to the devotee. Another way is through bringing destruction and ruin into the life of the devotee. A form of divine retribution. In all Indo-European mythologies and other mythologies across the world, there is a special form of the goddess known as the black goddess or the dark goddess. It is a form of a goddess which imposes and bestows divine punishment and retribution and keeps the order of the universe intact. So darker forms of the goddess or of the Devi, as known in India, are actually that furious retribution form of the goddess. And in this aspect, in this form, comes a black magician who works with the goddess. Because he is a follower of the goddess, a devotee of the Devi in his wrathful and retribuous aspect. And he casts curse upon others, black magic ritual upon others, to punish them for their bad karma. And because everyone has bad karma, everyone is worthy of a curse to some degree. And in that aspect, black magician comes and he venerates the Devi, venerates the goddess in her darker form. And this is the form of the goddess we are mostly connected with as black magicians. Kali, Morana, darker forms of Demeter, Persephone, many other goddesses, which are form of the dark goddess, primordial form. So, if you work with the goddess in her light aspect, then you work with forms such as Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, Parvati, the goddess of marriage and safety and divine wisdom, Saraswati, the goddess of enlightenment and true knowledge. But as black magician, you work with the darker forms of Devi. Dhumavati, Kali, Bhairavi, Morana, Lilith, Nama, with those darker energies. So, this is my answer to the question requested by a patron. How goddess influences the life of a devotee. First and foremost, it depends on what form of goddess you are working with. But there is also one other way on how specifically dark goddess can influence the life of a devotee. And that form and that influence is the following. The dark goddess is technically able to impose ego death upon the devotee, to annihilate his ego and merge him with the universe. And darker forms of goddess such as Kali and Morana and Lilith are able to do that. So obeying full magic is part of serving those devis, but also is a transgressive ritual. But also many right-hand path-oriented individuals who are ascetics and who don't engage in controversial transgressive rites venerate those dark goddesses, because they venerate them exclusively in their ego annihilating form. They venerate them exclusively as a destructive vehicle which destroys the ego. So they do not engage in transgressive sadhana, in transgressive devotion. And it is kind of a right-hand pathway, more conventional way of approaching those goddesses. So there are two ways of appeasing the darker goddesses. One is the left-hand pathway through black magic, distraction and transgression, and another is right-hand pathway through asceticism, deep meditation, and ego annihilation. Annihilation, yeah, I pronounced it correctly. So those are two paths of appeasing the dark goddess, and two ways she can influence the devotee. One way is through making him the vehicle of divine wrath, in which the devotee serves the Devi in left-hand path manner. He practices black magic and transgressive rituals and destroys his ego through negative energy. Another way is he becomes ascetic and uses the destructive energy of the devotee to destroy ego and unify with the universe this way. Both paths are shown by the Devi to the devotee in one of her many different forms, and which path you will choose depends on your character. You can also choose the mixture of both, and that's kind of your choice. So thank you guys for watching, and enjoy Kali meditation for the rest of this video. This video was brought to you by Patreon supporter Alpha and Omega. You can also become a Patreon supporter and your video requests will be fulfilled. Simply subscribe to tier 2 of the Patreon. So thank you guys for support. Thank you Alpha and Omega and all of the patrons for support, and thank you all of the guys for supporting the channel. If you want to boost this channel, to grow this army, please like and subscribe as a sacrifice to the dark goddesses of the algorithm. That will greatly improve the channel and the quality of the content. See you soon, guys.